pH is a potential hydrogen, and it relates to the acid-base, the acid-alkaline balance of a solution. When people have a good pH level, their bodies are able to keep off infections, and they're able to develop a very strong immune system. And why is this important? When a person has a good immune system, they come into contact with other things. They're able to support their health, and their body is able to do what it's naturally designed to do, which is to restore the health and maintain a good level of homeostasis. So we've found that by drinking alkaline water, people eating a balanced diet with plenty of green whole foods, that people are able to build and maintain their immune system. And it was fun to be able to teach people how to do their own pH testing by using a very simple litmus paper test in the privacy of their own bathroom, using saliva and urine fluids of the body. So we found that drinking Kangen water, which is supportive to the body's pH, is one of the ways that it's very easy to maintain a good homeostasis, a good balance of acid-alkaline balance. John, my husband, and myself, our family, we've started drinking the water in February of this year. So in the last 3 months, I've noticed that my skin is much more hydrated. My eyes have not gotten dry through these dry summer months here in Iowa, and I'm very pleased with the benefits. So I invite you to try the 30-day challenge with the trial on drinking Kangen water, and let us know your experience. Thank you.
Hello, I'm John Huff. I'm a doctor and have been practicing since the mid-70s. My interest in medicine originated with a desire to improve my own health. I had been in engineering prior to entering medical school and had experienced a decline in my health back in my 20s and early 30s. So I thought that the best way to learn how to be healthy was to go to medical school, since engineering had exposed me to a lot of toxins and a lot of toxic environments. After 8 years in my medical training, 4 in medical school and a year in residence in internship and 3 years in residency, I realized that American medicine wasn't about being healthy, it was about treating symptoms. And so I began to explore other approaches to wellness. I became aware that, like a plant, the human body requires proper nutrition, proper environment, proper moisture, proper intake of the necessary nutrients that are needed to maintain itself. And that unlike my training, that disease was not a product of my genetic inheritance. Disease was a product of my lifestyle. So I began to explore different aspects of the environment that produces health, and became aware that proper nutrition, proper exercise, proper relaxation, proper environmental factors, avoidance of toxins, and proper hydration were an essential part of being healthy. And if I wanted to correct problems, health problems, these were the areas that I should focus in. It became obvious that drugs weren't the answer. I became aware early on that drugs, all of the pharmaceutical drugs, have what is called an LD50. LD50 stands for a lethal dose that will kill 50% of the people who take it. And I became aware that I did not want to expose myself to this or my patients. So my focus shifted to learning as much as I could, and I'm still learning what it takes to create a healthy lifestyle and healthy lifestyle environment. Key among these is proper nutrition and proper hydration. Many of the problems that I developed when I was in engineering and prior to getting into medicine, and after I was in medicine, many of the problems were due to a lack of proper hydration. I had been led to believe that if I needed water, that I would get thirsty. And I discovered that this was not the case. Classically, if I needed water, I would think I was hungry. And as a result, I would tend to eat. But I discovered as time passed that if instead of eating, I would drink water, not juices or other sources of liquids, but if I would drink water, I would not have the level of hunger that I had had previously. Now, what I have discovered over the years is that hydration or dehydration is reflected in a whole vast array of symptoms. One of them is the symptom of back pain. Back pain is classically the result of dehydration that causes a shrinkage of the discs that separate the spinal column. When this occurs, there's compression of nerves and the individual develops back pain. And classically, what is recommended is some intervention to correct the back pain. I had my first exposure to this while I was in medical school, and I developed lumbosacral joint compression and sciatic nerve compression. And I went to a physician that I respected very highly, and he evaluated me and told me that what I had was a disc problem. The disc had gotten herniated, and that the only answer would be to fuse my spine. When I asked him what the success rate was, he suggested to me that it was something like 50%, and I, on the basis of that type of success rate, I opted for living with the pain. And so from the mid-70s on into the 90s, I had to deal with this on a regular basis. This was before I really understood the significance of dehydration and spinal disc compression. And as a result, it was an on and off type experience. Some of the time I was free of pain, other times I had severe pain. It was not until in the late 90s that I realized a connection with hydration. And this was a period of time when my wife and I introduced our first ionizing water treatment system. And this system provided us with a lot of benefits. It was a system built in Korea, and we were very glad that we had it to use. We have recently had the great fortune of being introduced to an even more powerful water system than we had previously had, a system called the Kangen system. And this system has produced a level of hydration that has allowed us to accomplish goals that we have not been able to accomplish prior. One of them being a maintenance and reduction of weight on my part that has allowed me to lose within the first 2 weeks a total of 16 pounds. Now, this is not simple in approach. This requires more than just using one element, but a very important key element to lifestyle and to proper health is proper hydration, the quality of the water, and the Kangen system has provided us with a tool that we have not been aware of prior to this time, and one that we plan to continue to use for the rest of our lives. The goal of our exploration of health is to share our information with our patients and give them sources that allow them to become the individuals who control their own health and not have to imagine that someone else, namely a professional somewhere, has a magic bullet that will solve their health problems for them in the form of a drug, etc. So I would encourage you to look at nutrition, exercise, relaxation, hydration, and environmental factors, and think seriously about the Kangen system as a wonderful tool that you can use to gain control over the factors that determine your health. And this is not the only factor, but I found, Diane and I both have found, that it is possibly the key factor, along with proper air, proper environmental detoxification, as a way of maintaining our best health.
Hi, my name is Danny Dazinski, and I'm working for an herbal medicine company called Mapi. And I was introduced to Kangen water about 4 months ago, and right away for me it had a profound effect on me. I started drinking about 2 gallons a day. I noticed more energy, more mental clarity, more joint mobility. I play a lot of basketball, and it helped me recover faster. And now I drink about 1 gallon of water a day, whereas before I didn't really drink that much water, and I wasn't really aware of my body that much, and I never really knew that water could have such a medicinal quality to it. Just over the last couple of months, I've learned about how to alkalize the body, and just by knowing that and drinking the water, I feel I'm a little bit younger, I can move a little bit faster, I can recover a little bit faster. I have more energy, and I have a little more enthusiasm for life just from drinking this water. And so for me, I just make sure to drink it every day, and I can't really imagine living without it, and I don't plan on ever going back to drinking the other kind of water that I used to drink.
I'd like to introduce you to my sweet wife, Jeannie, my bride of 31 years, who tells the story that when the box arrived with the machine in it, I actually kicked the box and threw a tantrum because I didn't think that we could actually afford it.
Yes, the box arrived, and no, Phil did not kick the box. I just tease him about that. We started to use the water, and we started to enjoy the health benefits, not just the health benefits, but also the financial benefits. So do your own due diligence, then boldly go out and get your own machine and start to experience the same health benefits like you heard on the previous videos. So change your water and change your life.